everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Ryan. Today is May 13th. I am 37 weeks and 2 days pregnant. If you have never been to my channel before, I am high risk pregnancy. I just turned 43 last week, and also I had a recurrent miscarriage. I had 4 losses before this baby. So we are in the home stretch. I'm super excited and I can't wait. I know I just did a update a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to go ahead and do another one just in case I went into, you know, if I went ahead and went into early labor, so y'all would have a pretty recent update. So today I'm going to be going over weeks 36 and 37. Like I said, it's just going to be a quick update, but there are a couple of exciting things that happened in these weeks. Basically, all my symptoms right now are pretty, they're really been kicked into high gear. The heartburn, the headache. I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping. Some nights I'm up for an hour and a half in the middle of the night, just trying to get back to sleep. The baby is getting really tight in there, so I have, the feet are in the right side of my ribs a lot, and it causes a lot of pain, and since it's getting so tight, sometimes it just takes my breath away. And I'm having a lot of pressure down below, so I have a lot of trouble sleeping, and also, you know, going to use the restroom because the baby's right on my bladder. I had some maternity photos done in week 36, and this is something I've never done before with any of my other pregnancies, but I thought since this is my last one, I just, I thought if I don't do it, I'll regret it. Like, I've done, like, amateur little photo shoots. Like, I remember with my first pregnancy, my sister took some photos, and then, I think we did the same thing with my second pregnancy. My sisters did those too. And with my last pregnancy, my husband did them. We did some kind of funny ones of me sitting on the floor in front of the refrigerator with all kinds of food around me. That was just kind of a funny photo shoot, but with this one I wanted to kind of go all out. So if I have those pictures back, I have a couple. But she hasn't finished editing them yet, but if I do, I'll include them in the video. So I had 2 appointments. I have 2 appointments every week, one with my regular OB and then the other with my specialist because I'm high risk. So, excuse me. On May 1st, I was 35 weeks and 4 days. And the baby's heartbeat was, this is my regular OB visit. Baby's heartbeat was 154. My blood pressure was good. It was 103/65, which is about normal for me. Mine is always a little low. And I told her about some varicose veins that I'm having down there because of all the pressure the baby is putting. Like, they're almost like blood blisters. I know this is TMI, but I know a lot of people like to hear about this stuff because it's either their first pregnancy or, you know, just things to look out for. So I like to talk about everything that's going on with me. So my doctor called them varicose veins. I think they look kind of like blood blisters down there. It's just because of the pressure of the baby. It's just putting so much pressure down there. But it's not dangerous. It is a little painful, but I think it's normal. My OB told me that she read in my specialist, when my specialist was writing notes, she read in there that they want to induce me before I reach 40 weeks because I'm high risk. So I don't really want to be induced. I've never been induced. I've always gone a little early. So hopefully we can avoid that. But, you know, if they want to induce me, I guess I want to do anything just to get this baby here safely. So if we have to, we have to. Okay, so the exciting part of that visit, my doctor checked me and I was 1 centimeter dilated and 50% effaced or thinned out. Baby's head is down. The baby's head has been down the whole pregnancy, so that wasn't really any news to me, but I was super excited to find out that I was already 1 centimeter dilated. Okay, so after that appointment, I went over to my specialist, and the heartbeat was 146. Of course, my weight was the same at both visits. My blood pressure was 120/74. That's the highest it's been this whole pregnancy. I wanted to make sure that I noted that, because you know, for someone with a low baseline blood pressure like me, if it gets a lot higher than that, I would probably want to pay attention to it, because for a normal person, 120/74 is like perfect. But for me, you know, it's a little higher than what mine normally is, but it's still good. The doctor said it was fine. I had another ultrasound at my specialist appointment. I have one every week. The baby has a biophysical profile done, and the baby passed that. And I mentioned this in my last video, but in case you didn't know, the biophysical profile is where they're monitoring the movement of the baby. The baby has to do 30 seconds of practice breathing, a flex of an arm or leg, 3 big movements, and they also measure my amniotic fluid. So the baby got 8 out of 8 points on that. So I always feel a lot better after they do that test, because the further I get in my pregnancy, the baby doesn't really kick as much. It's more of like a slow moving, because it's getting tight in there. So when I have the biophysical profile done, it makes me feel a lot better. So I actually lost a pound in this week. From week 35 to 36, I lost a pound. So, and let's go on to week 37. My kids play soccer, and so we're basically at the soccer field all weekend. And I have wrote down on Sunday that it was so hot at soccer, I thought I was going to faint. Like, my head got real tingly, and I had to hold on to one of my children to stand up, because I thought I was going to fall out. There was nowhere to sit where we were standing. One of my kids was getting his pictures taken, and it was super hot. I was sweating. I had sweat marks on my shirt. It was terrible. So that was, I was making sure I was drinking plenty of water, but it was so hot that day. Luckily, this past weekend, it cooled down a little. It was still hot, but it wasn't like it was that day. There was a couple nights this week where I was up in the middle of the night for an hour and a half. That Friday morning, I woke up around 3 a.m. and tried to go back to sleep for about an hour. I was hungry. I had heartburn. I couldn't sleep. So I was laying there for about an hour. I always try my hardest to go back to sleep, because I know I'm going to need the rest. But my husband woke up for work around 4:30, and I just went ahead and got up with him. So that was a very long day. I definitely took a nap that afternoon. It was maybe like a 10-minute cat nap, but it was better than going all day without any sleep at all. So that was a rough day for me, because I had to stay up so long. Lots of heartburn still. I take the generic brand of Pepcid every day, but it's probably helping some, but it's not helping enough. So I'm eating a lot of Tums to help with that heartburn. Tuesday on May 7th, it was my 43rd birthday. And you know, I love birthdays, and they mean so much to me and my family. It's not just another day. But for some reason, this day, I don't know if it was because I was turning 43 or hormones. It's probably hormones, me being tired. I laid in bed all day long for about... I went back to bed around 10. Luckily, my husband is off, so he came and picked up Walter from preschool, and I could not stop crying. I had a bad headache. I did not want to get out of bed, and I even canceled plans with my family to eat dinner because I was so upset and just, I felt so like depressed and didn't even want to get out of bed. It was terrible. But finally, you know, around like 4 or 5, my husband came in there and he said, come on, get up, let's go, you know, let's get some takeout, or you know, he got me in a better mood, and it made me feel so much better. I don't know why. I don't know if it had anything to do with my birthday, but it was just a really, really rough day for me. But the next day I woke up and I felt so much better. I think, you know, people don't realize how hard it is, you know, feeling this way and feeling kind of rough. And you don't want to complain because being pregnant is such a blessing, but it really is tough sometimes, and your hormones are all over the place. And I have been super emotional this pregnancy. I cry just so easily, like I'm just watching a silly show or something and I'll just break down crying. So it's just a lot of hormones and being emotional. But let's see, let's move on. Okay, Wednesday I had another, you know, I had my appointments again. That was May 8th. I was 36 weeks and 4 days. I went to my specialist first this day. My blood pressure was 102/65, so that was good. The baby's head was still down, and during my ultrasound the baby had hiccups, and it was so cute because you could see the baby like every couple of seconds like jump on the screen. It was so funny. So I passed the biophysical, or the baby passed the biophysical profile that day, the BPP. And after that appointment I went straight over to my OB and saw her. The baby's heartbeat was 137. They didn't check my blood pressure because I just had it done at the other office. She checked me again. I was still 1 centimeter dilated and 50% thinned out. She told me, I had a couple questions for her at this visit. I asked her when she could strip my membranes, and she said she can do that at 38 weeks. And I was super excited about that because I think with my first 2 kids, I don't think she did it till I was 39 weeks. And I started contractions that very day with both of my first 2 kids. And so when she told me that she could strip me at 38, I was super excited because the earlier we do that, I'm hoping I'll go into labor and I won't have to be induced. Oh, I did ask her about my, I know this is kind of personal, but I don't mind because I've told y'all a lot that I have anxiety. So I take Prozac for my anxiety, but I obviously got off of that before I got pregnant, and I'm not on it now. And I asked my doctor if I could start taking that after delivery, and she said yes. So I was kind of thankful for that, you know, because after you have the baby, you know, it's tough, especially when you have other kids and you have all these things to do, and you know, women can get the postpartum blues. So I just wanted to check on that with her. Saturday night, this was the day that I turned exactly 37 weeks. We were at soccer all day, so you know, I'm up walking around, and when we got home, it was around, oh, we had to go to a birthday party after soccer, so we didn't get home till like 6:30 or 7. I was wiping and my mucus plug was on my tissue. Guys, I was so excited. This is just one step closer. You know, some people go into labor like a few hours after that happens, and it can be a couple of weeks. But just to know that I'm one step closer to going into labor, I was practically running around the house when I saw it. This is so awesome. So I went back to my pregnancy journals with my other kids and to see how long it took me to go into labor after I lost my mucus plug. Excuse me. Hold on, sorry. And with my first 2 kids, of course I was younger then, and I didn't read anything about my mucus plug in their journals. So I'm not even sure if I knew what that was back then. I was 30 when I had my first baby, and then 31 with my second baby. So I don't think I really paid that close attention to stuff like that, but now I'm, you know, I have more education on childbirth and pregnancy and all that. So with Walter's, I read in Walter's journal, I was pregnant with him 5 years ago, that I lost my mucus plug early with him. It was 35 weeks and 4 days, I believe. Yeah, I think that's right. But with him, my water broke 2 weeks after that, because he was a really big, well, he was going to be like a 9 or 10 pound baby, but I delivered him before I was even 38 weeks, and he was 8'1". So he was just ready to come out. So, yeah, I lost my mucus plug really early with him, 35 weeks and 4 days. So with this baby, it's 37 weeks. So hopefully, after she strips my membranes, should be next Wednesday. That will be 38 weeks and 4 days. I'll start labor and hopefully go into labor sometime soon. On week 37, I lost another pound. So in the past 2 weeks, I've lost 2 pounds. My next appointments are this Wednesday, May 15th. I'll go to my OB, and then I'll go to my specialist, and they're going to do another growth scan because it will be a month. They do one every 4 weeks. So I'll get to see how, hopefully close to, we've all talked about this, they're not always right on with the weight or the measurements, but hopefully it'll be, the baby will be bigger. I'm hoping at least 6 pounds or higher. That is my hope, because if I go into labor early, I want the baby to be, you know, a decent size. So we'll find that out this Wednesday, how big the baby is. And then she'll check me again. I'll probably be the same dilation, but we'll see. It's only a couple days away, so super excited. Let's see, things I've got finished. I finished packing my suitcase for the hospital. What I can, you know, I can't do like my shower stuff and makeup, and there's a couple of clothing items that I wear that I want to take to the hospital. So, and I've got I ordered a cute little boy outfit and a cute little girl tutu outfit for the props for the hospital photo shoot for the baby. So I've got boy and girl for that, and I've also packed some newborn boy and girl outfits in my suitcase because we don't know what it is. I'm still thinking boy, but I don't know. Yeah, I think everybody's feelings are kind of 50-50. A lot of people think boy, a lot of people think girl. I feel like there might be a few more girl guesses than boy, just because y'all know this baby's been smaller than my last pregnancy, than what Walter was. So that would be the only thing that would make me think it's a girl, the size of the baby. But we'll see. I think that is everything. I'm going to include some ultrasound photos at the end that I got at my last couple appointments. And let's see what else. Oh, I haven't done a belly shot. When I get home, I'm at school right now getting ready to get Walter. When I get home, I will do a belly shot and show y'all what that looks like. Some people think that my belly has dropped some. It's hard for me to tell because obviously I see myself every day. And this baby already feels so low and all the pressure that I can't really tell if it's gotten any lower or not. Okay, so after the belly shot, I'll attach some photos and then maybe give you an update again next week. I'll see how everything's going, how busy I am. You guys keep giving me your updates. I'm getting a lot of good news from people about being pregnant, and I'm just so happy for you guys. And if you haven't got there yet, don't worry, it's going to happen. Just take it one day at a time and don't give up. I'm proof that, you know, miracles happen. I'm 43 years old and about to have this baby. I still would appreciate some prayers from everyone. You know, the baby's not here yet physically, so things can still happen, and I do still get a little worried if I don't feel the baby move for a while, or, you know, there's always that fear, you know. You guys give me some more updates with what's going on with you, and I will see you next time. I love you guys.